Right, assalamu alaikum everyone. So Bonk is at a place where you could actually try to short the coin, because in my opinion right now there has been this channel, and I think that it is actually time for us to see a drop to the downside. And I've covered this in the previous videos. I've really told you that if you start to see Bonk coming above 2257, you're going to move higher. And if you get rejection here, then this is your next scenario where, in my opinion, you just came down right there, you're moving up like this, and it's actually time to just go all the way down to this technical target of 1617. And that 1617 actually comes from this whole pattern that you have created, distribution pattern right there. And then again, if you take the top to bottom of it and you place it right there, you can see it actually brings you down to closer to that particular target, which is 1647. Okay, 1617. Okay, 1640. Let's just do 1650, but you get the point here. So we are facing a retest right now. So whatever the pump is, I don't know why people always look at the pump. Guys, look at pattern, right? Always look at the pattern. If you do successful charts, then you will earn money, no question asked. Just do successful charting. Don't look at pumps, don't look at dumps. You don't have to do any of that. Right now, if I was to do any successful charting, in my opinion, then I'm just covering this for you, making it simpler. You have support in there, support in there, support in there. You finally lost the support, you're going for the retest. Open up a damn short position. Okay, if you know how to trade, open a short, put a stop loss, maybe take 2% risk, max even 3%. If you're taking 2 to 3% risk, just don't use too much money, don't get greedy. Just put in maybe 25% if you're going to actually place 3% stop loss. If you're going to place 1% stop loss, maybe use 60% of your money. You can increase the money. The more risk you're taking, the less amount you have to use, because it really depends. It's an art, man. It's really an art. If you have a lot of money to even risk 3%, you can be my guest, right? Maybe you won 60% some few days ago. You can actually even take 5% risk. It doesn't matter. You're still going to be left with 55% risk. And sometimes I do that, unless if I'm in a very big loss, then I actually, now for example, let's just do this with, if I was to take this trade, I think 2257 is a good stop loss, and that's huge. That's going to be 14%. So this is very big, right? It is incredibly huge. So yeah, I cannot really navigate an entry. But the thing is, if just for example right now you're facing this as resistance, I would actually even go on and say that maybe, just maybe, if I could give it a try, but this is not so good. I think 2062 could actually be one good stop loss. It could actually be easily carried away, but nonetheless, this is still resistance, right? That's still a resistance, and right, and also chances are that you're also creating this little bit of a trend line on the 5 minutes. You're starting to go down a little bit in there, and you're also doing something where you have this. Okay, so we have a hint, where we do have a hint going on in here. Yeah, so maybe, just maybe, 2062 can actually be a good place to put a stop loss, but I would actually say it's very close, right? But how much is this? That's going to be 3.2%. It is still possible to kind of go to 2060. This can also be an entry, all right? 2060 can also be an entry, and the reason I say 2060 can be an entry, I'm going to show you very quickly why is that. So if you go on the 50 minutes, I think 2062 can be the best entry, by the way. And the reason is let's actually clear up the charts for now so that I can actually get to show you this much better. And this is going to be something like that, right? It is this trend line. So perhaps you can actually do something like push a little bit even up to 2086, right? Touch 2086, and the best stop loss from there is going to be 2177. So this to me is going to be a much better stop in there. And if you actually see Bonk trying to move up to maybe 2091, then I could actually suggest this trade. But then again, you have a 4.2%. It's a little bit bigger risk, but you can, if you go with a small amount, you're going to lose less, right? And again, it can actually fall to that 1650. So how much is the reward going to be? So if you go from here all the way down to 1650, it's 20% win for 4% risk. So do the math, right? Whatever you feel comfortable with. And that's all for the video. I'm going to see you in the next one. Love.